All right, folks, good morning. It is mid-July, and we are here at the Clearwater Creek RV Campground, Alaska State Campground. Beautiful, gorgeous day up here by Delta Junction in the interior. Let's see, we're about an hour and a half south of Fairbanks, and we stopped in here to stay the night, and this is just absolutely a beautiful, beautiful site. So I want to do a quick walkthrough. It's a small site, so this will be a quick walkthrough, but let's take a look at it. Show you what you can expect, and I'm going to show you a bit of this river. This river is beautiful. If you like fly fishing, if you like grayling, if you like just looking at it, just a gorgeous river. It's unlike a lot of other rivers. It's super, super clear. That's why it's called Clearwater. Anyway, let's get to it. I think you'll like this spot. All right, so first, here we are. We are at the Clearwater State Recreation site. I'll give you a zoom in on the map, show you what we're going to do here. All right, so we came in, let's see, like I said, this is near Delta Junction off Richardson Highway. Okay, a little bit north of it, there's the entrance. You'll come in on this road. It's actually a big, fairly long road. You got actually pretty good cell phone reception. We're all the way in here at the fee station information site. Okay, if you go left, there's a boat launch there. You can launch little river boats, rafts, stuff like that. It's actually, we're not going to go look at it this time because it's the opposite direction of where we're going. But there's a bunch of people down there with their boats. Delta Clearwater River, absolutely gorgeous river. So we're right about here. I didn't see a host. I don't think this is a hosted site, but there's a few. There's 16 RV spots. No pull-in spots, and it's actually fairly narrow. So your big coaches and fifth wheels, I would not recommend coming down here. Okay, you probably won't get stuck, but it's right in here. It gets really narrow. There might be some close places, and the spots just are not big enough. So the big coaches, big fifth wheelers, I wouldn't risk it for here. But like I said, we got a 30 footer, does just fine. Okay, little picnic area, and that's about it. This is a Alaska State Recreation site, so the Alaska State Park rules apply. This is managed by Funderburk Farms. So if you have any questions, you can give them a call or an email. Okay, so it's managed by a third party. It is still Alaska Park rules though. So they're not going to have any extra rules on top of the Alaska State Park rules. And if you don't understand that, you can kind of give them a call and then work your way through it. All right, again, you're out here camping. So there are pit latrines, well stocked, reasonably clean. And you got your Iron Ranger here. You put your, fill out your envelope, pay your money, personal check or cash. Put it in the box. There is no credit card machine here, okay? So you will not have the ability to do that. So just put your money or check in there. Camping is $15 a night, very reasonable. So even though it's managed by a third party, there's no extra charge for this. Okay, I'll hit a couple of these sites. I'm not going to walk the whole site. Like I said, this is a fairly small area. Okay, here's a representative site here. You can pull through. Not a whole lot of privacy on this particular site. Some of the other sites are a little bit more private. Fire rings are actually a little bit nicer than some of the Alaska State Parks. You know, it's got this little adjustable grill here, but keep your fires in your fire ring. There is smoke in the air here, so there is a forest fire somewhere near here. It hasn't really, I mean, you can smell it, you can see it, but it's not really thick. Nothing to get worried about as far as if you have breathing problems, nothing like that. Now, site number 3 here. Let's see, where's got some glare on the screen. Site number 3 here. You could get a fairly long rig back in here if you had to. Okay. You know, it's back here in the woods a little bit. You could probably pull a longer rig, a coach, or back a fifth wheeler. I will say that if you try to do that, please know what you're doing, because even though the site can accommodate it, the turn here might be a little bit tricky unless you're pretty good at backing stuff up. Now, it's not super tricky. You don't need to be a genius at it, but know what you're doing. It's a little bit of a heavy turn for a big vehicle. That said, there's only one spot and you can't make reservations, so if you make the trip all the way out here with a big vehicle hoping to get that one spot that can accommodate you, you might be out of luck. Now, there are a couple sites up here. I said there's no pull through. I guess there's a couple sites here that are technically pull through. We'll look at those real quick and you'll see why I hesitate to call them a pull through. But you could get a couple big vehicles in here, but again, it's just real would be really dicey. Okay, this is the picnic area you saw on the map. You know, a couple picnic tables and a grill. Now, we're traveling through, you know, I'm not from this area. We don't come to this area every year or anything like that, but I think we're going to be adding this on our come back as often as possible. Here is Clearwater Creek. I think the official name is Delta Clearwater Creek, whatever. I'm going to come down here. It is, okay, by the way, if you have little kids, the stairs would not be considered safe. But for me, I can swim. There we go. Take a look at this river, folks. Now, if you travel around Alaska more than a little bit, you're going to get very used to the silty glacial rivers that are up here, where, you know, you have absolutely zero visibility. Every scoop of water, you know, every cup of water has a pound of silt in it. Yes, that has fish. Yes, people, you know, obviously people are coming around here to catch a lot of fish. But they're just not picturesque rivers, at least not up close. They're muddy, silty, yucky looking rivers. This is not one of them. This place is gorgeous. If you've been here before, if you're an ardent fly fisherman, you're probably chuckling at the fact that I just found this spot. And you might even be wincing that I'm putting this on video because, oh, saw a little grayling jump out there. You probably didn't see it in the video, but right out there, just saw a little grayling jump. But if this is one of your fishing spots, you might be cringing that I'm putting this on YouTube, and you're hoping that not the whole world descends on this place. You are way out here, so that'd be a little harder to do, but doggone, this place is beautiful. We did not break out the fly rods last night. We got in here fairly late. We had a lot going on last night, juggling just getting our camp set up, everything, and we're moving on this morning. But we are putting this on our must-do stops for the future. I would love to get a little little boat, and come float the Clearwater Creek, and love to, as in I'm going to do it, because this is just incredible. This is the Alaska I came here for. All right, let's pop back up to the RV sites. You'll hear a few boats and people with trailers coming through. It's not super heavy. Again, you can't make reservations, but this place wasn't full. Like I said, there's a forest fire smoke. There's a forest fire somewhere, not super close here, absolutely no danger, but you know, I say that, it looks like there's a fire crew coming through here, taking a break. So you will see that little fire truck up there. All right. So they do try to fight the fires when they're accessible up here in Alaska, but it's very difficult. Now, here are the three sites that I would kind of sort of consider pull through. Number 6, 7, and 8, I think it is. The reason why I hesitate to call them a full pull through, even though they are, is because they're all real close together. Okay, so if you get here and you're the only one here, you can kind of spread out and take over this area, but there's 3 sites in this little pull through here. So if there's somebody else here, then your big rig probably is going to have a struggle fitting. Now, if there's not somebody here, then you're going to be just fine. Okay, so little dumpster over there. And then this is, number 8 is actually a full pull through, but again, it's a pretty tight turn. So a full-size coach would just have a hard time, and you'd have to go out the far end. And so one of the real big coaches here would just really, really struggle. I think you could do it, by the way. I'm not saying you can't, but if there's very many other people around, or you're not super confident in towing or navigating tighter turns, and then it goes up and down a little bit back there. So I'd really hesitate before I brought a big rig through the RV portion of the campground. Now, if you've got a boat, you're going to be over on the boat side. Plenty of room for a turnaround. It doesn't apply for the boat side at all. Again, I keep getting drawn back towards this river. Good Lord, this thing's beautiful. If you don't have a boat, like we don't, there's plenty of little access points, little access trails that you can come down and you know, put on a set of waders, go out there, do a little bit of fishing. Okay, absolutely gorgeous here, people. Mosquitoes are a bit heavy though, so when you come out, make sure you've got your mosquito netting, your bug dope, whatever your go-to mosquito solution is. I don't know, maybe eat a lot of garlic. I know some people talk about eating a lot of garlic will help keep the mosquitoes away. Personally, I think that's just seasoning yourself like a good steak. But if that's your thing, if you want to try to go natural, then give it a go. I would have some mosquito dope as a backup. But if you want to put salt and pepper on yourself or your dining friends, by all means go ahead. And besides, I like garlic too, so eat some garlic. But either way, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous river. Definitely I'm going to put this on my come back to, and camp here for a week. Maybe get a little Costco these days has little canoes that are actually cheap as all get out. I feel sorry for whoever's making them and is being forced to pay that little just to keep them in Costco. A little bit of a aside there. See where I fall in the opinion spectrum. But anyway, you can pick up a canoe, just a little plastic, injected plastic canoe, super cheap. Bring that down here, a little raft or something, float down. I've seen about half of the people are fly fishing, half of the people have a spinning rod. Everybody is, they're not catching them hand over fist. You're not filling freezers with it. But as far as an enjoyable day fishing, bring your kid. The kid doesn't have to know how to fly fish. Great place to teach them if they're out, if you can get them out away from the bank. But doggone, what a beautiful place. All right, I did want to come in far enough to show you that there is water. This one-armed bandit here. Okay, it's a hand pump. Standard. We got a truck coming in behind us, I think. Yeah. So one-armed bandit here. Got some water. No hookups. You can't hook that up to your RV or anything like that. But if you got a bucket, a water bucket, you can pump some water. Standard disclaimer, Alaska does not guarantee that it's potable. So if you're sensitive or overly concerned, you can boil it, treat it, whatever. It is an iron pump. So the water we got out of it was a little bit on the rusty side. That's not going to hurt you. Okay, just give you a little iron in your diet. All right, and then, and honestly, we're getting towards the back here. Okay, little pit latrine, and then here's some more sites. Okay, there is some scroungeable firewood, but not much. This is a small enough site that a lot of the easy gotten free firewood on the ground, you might have to go a little bit further out into the bushes to find it. So consider bringing your own. Again, like I said, there's I'll give another look at that fire truck over there. Just a crew taking a break. Okay, so we've been seeing planes go over. We've been seeing fire crews taking breaks at some of the campgrounds. I haven't seen it much in the news, so I'm not sure it is there, but I haven't seen it. But so it's probably not huge, but we got the summer fire crews working. Here's site number 10. Got a picnic table and fire ring, and that's about it. It's not the buggiest place we've ever been, but certainly not the least. It hasn't been too bad. And then just more of the same. Now, if I walk the whole site down around the corner there, it gets kind of narrow and windy and a little bit up and down. And that's why I hesitate to recommend you bring a big rig here. Okay, that said, you could do it. So if you have your heart set on it and you've got a big coach, number 9 here, you actually probably could back a pretty good sized coach up in there. Not too much trouble. So you can do it. Just be careful. Know your limitations. Okay, not a hosted site, so there's no host here to give you a hand if you have any trouble. But there are plenty of people, both camping and then on the boat side. So if you need a jump, if you have a medical emergency, you do have cell phone service. So if you have a medical emergency, you can get some help. And then there's plenty of folks around who can give you a jump or a ride into Delta Junction if you need that. Other than that, the other services, no electric, of course. There is no sand dump, There's trash, there is water, but no water hookup. It's just a hand pump. So just a basic campground. All right, and that is it for the Clearwater, the Delta Clearwater Creek RV campground. Awesome, awesome place if you're a fly fisherman. It's just beautiful out here. A little bit warm this time of year, so you're going to sweat a little bit when you're walking around. Super buggy. Not the worst place I've been, but certainly not the best. So bring that into consideration when you come out here. But bring the kids, and it is an awesome, awesome site. Please like this video if you got some value out of it, and consider subscribing if you want to see these videos continue and as we work our way around Alaska. So thank you very much, and see you next time.